Good day. Welcome to Back2TheLand.com. Our subject today is processing heirloom and open pollinated tomatoes. We want to get the seed because the seed is very, very important for next year's crop. Most people don't know how to do this, so this is what we're going to do, is to process tomato seed. We need a few things though. Number one, we need to collect as much old tomatoes as you can from underneath the plants. The ones that are at the bottom are usually the more healthier, and you'll notice these look pretty gross and disgusting. The reason that they look gross and disgusting is because they've been rotting out here for a few days. Now, the reason we let them be covered in rot is because that's the natural health of the seed. As the plant rots, the energy goes into the seed, and that's what makes it much better than picking half green things. You could do the same with hybrid tomatoes, but you will not get a pure strain when you plant next year. You might get something that's just not correct. You have to work with heirloom, which are called open pollinated plants. That's the best. These are the old-timey things. They've been around for centuries. Now you're going to need some bleach. You're going to need a screen. These are sold at Walmart and they come in a package of 3, and some extra cans. All right, now what we do, if you're a lady of fastidiness, then I suggest you use rubber gloves, because this is stinky, this is gooey, and it might offend people. But already you can notice the seeds are starting to come up to the surface. We want to squish these things as much as possible. I've often thought about using a whisk or perhaps a little powered device for stirring up this thing. But we want to get these as just as mashed up as possible. Now any of the seeds or anything that falls on the table outside, you don't do this inside the house because it would smell too bad. Might have to get a little bit more here. Now some of the heavier, chunkier stuff we'll just throw back into. You're going to find bugs in here. You're going to find little worms, little caterpillars, things of that nature. And let that go. Stir it on down. You'll find a circular motion will work the best. Now that's just pure water or pure tomato juice. Now you can take that and put it in a bucket and pour it over your compost pile, and that will add more energy to the compost pile. When you get this down to a nice thick gooey mess, you'll need your water hose. This is the rinsing stage. Now at this point we might want to look in here and we'll see there's a lot of skins that can be pulled out, stems, little chunks, and the more you separate it, the better. We'll come back to that later. We're not going to waste any seeds. Now again with our circular movement, and we'll be able to pick some more of this major stuff out. Okay. Here's the second phase. Now, getting near deer season. Hunters are all practicing, lining up their guns, getting ready. Now notice that I've got the water moving in a circular motion, and what I'm going to do is just like your gold panning. Going to let it there's perhaps 2 or 3 seeds in here. Not going to worry about that. Get them going in a circle. Just like gold, it will settle to the bottom. And the lighter material will start to float to the top. And long as it's spinning, we can just skim off a lot of the sticks and dead bugs and flies and stuff. There goes a little fly. And that's money. That's a lot of money right there. That's probably about $50 worth of seed. In fact, you could go, if you're a commercial gardener out here and you're growing for the farmer's market, you could well let's see if we got enough to pick out of here. You always lose a few seeds, which is not much. Start our circular motion. Take another bowl. A little more water. Mining for gold. Now if you get floater seeds, they're usually hollow and don't germinate. You can also test seeds, just about any variety of seeds, by using this swirling water technique and then letting the seeds set. There's some more seeds. And the ones that come to the top are hollow and no good. Ones that stay at the bottom are the ones that you want. Compost pile. Put some more water in there. Now the bleach. The reason we put bleach in here is that it will kill fungus and any other little small living eggs that might possibly be in here. Some years ago, before I got to the bleach stage of doing this, I'd put my seeds away in a jar, and then the following spring I had this big, humongous caterpillar type thing in there, was eating everything. So we need to bleach it. And you can just let that set. Then we'll just start the next one. Now when I pour the water off, you'll notice that I'm taking it a little bit, turning the pan to get the water to come out of the seeds. That way I don't lose the seeds. You could drop them in a strainer, but they'll stick to the strainer. Now we have our washed, bleached, non-hybrid heirloom seeds, and they're wet. What we're going to do is move to the last stage, which is drying the seeds. In this case, we're going to put them on our pre-marked paper plates. Remember, each seed is a plant. Most plants using fresh seed will germinate in 1 day. And we will show you that when we start putting in the seeds and in the greenhouse and then transplanting them next spring. Probably about February we'll be planting tomato seeds in the greenhouse, and then we will watch how quickly they'll come up because we'll be using fresh seeds. If you got old seed, perhaps in a package, it could be maybe as long as a week or more before it would germinate, if at all. But those plants coming up will be weak and inferior. Alright, we want to take the seed, spread it open. Now we're going to go over to my herb house and we're going to put this in a dryer. Okay, we're on our way. What we have is wet seed, and they have to be dried. We could dry them in a windowsill in the house because they don't smell bad anymore. We could dry them preferably in a food dehydrator. A lot of people have those today. Now these are seeds that I've already previously dried, like so. And all they need to be is crumbled up now and then put right into a seed container. I'll set this over here. Slide this in. Now you don't have to worry about over drying your seed. We set this to about 105 degrees. Put it on 24 hours to run, or full run. You don't have to worry about it. They'll all just dry nicely. Now these seeds will be a little bit, see how nice they are? And we just break them all up. If they still feel damp to you in any way, leave them in your dryer. You cannot over dry your seed. They have been bleached, so they're not going to get fungus and mold all over them like a lot of seeds will. The best way to do it is have a food dehydrator. Another thing you can do, you can throw a few grains of rice, maybe a tablespoon of rice in here, and that will help keep it drier if you suspect that you're going to have any moisture. Look at that versus buying a package of seeds for $3 and you've got 15 seeds in it.